welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy, and today, as you can see by the title, I am going to answer the very popular question, which is, will I get fat working and living on board a cruise ship? And I do feel like I'm qualified to answer this, since I have been working on cruise ships for over 8 years now, which is terrifying, but there we go. Now, it's completely understandable why one would think this. You know, cruise ships are renowned for their incredible food options, whether that comes from the buffet or the specialty restaurants or the ports that you go to. You are going to be surrounded by good food, so it is not a stupid question to think that you're going to gain weight working on a cruise ship. So we're going to go through the reasons why it's easy to gain weight, but we're also going to go through the reasons why it's easy to lose and maintain weight. And at the end, I am going to give you my verdict on whether I think it is actually easier or harder to gain weight at home or on a cruise ship. So, depending on what job you have on board, if it is a job like the one I have just come from, you might be able to go out in port every day, or at least 4 to 5 times a week, which is obviously fantastic. But what happens when you go out in port? You see a little bit and then you're like, shall we get some lunch? And you end up eating out in port 4 to 5 times a week. Now, this is awful for saving money. As I have said in many other videos, I have spent most of my wages on food over the years out in port, but that is a whole separate video. Obviously, if you're eating out almost every day, yes, it's going to be tight on the purse strings, but you know, you're also going to see a little bit of difference when you step on the scales. As well as the amazing food that is on offer on cruise ships and the option to go out in port and eat out almost every day, you will also have crew bar on offer. Now, especially if it is your first contract, or even if it's just your first time on that particular ship, you are going to want to socialise, you're going to want to make friends. As I've said in many other videos, it's really important that you make friends in other departments, because when you're working on a cruise ship, you are away from your family, la da la da la. So you're gonna want to make friends, and the best way to do that is at crew bar. And what do you do at crew bar? You drink alcohol. And what's full of calories? Alcohol. Now, obviously gaining weight through drinking alcohol is really going to depend on what you drink and how often you drink it. But if you are going to crew bar every night to pile up those friendships, then you are also probably going to pile on the pounds. So it's just something to be aware of. So after hearing that, you're probably like, okay, so yes, I'm definitely going to put on weight if I work on a cruise ship. Well, when you get on your first cruise ship, you want to go out in every port. You want to try the food from every restaurant. But after about 2 months, this excitement kind of peters off, because then living on a cruise ship becomes your new normal, and you realise actually you're going to have access to these ports for the next 4 to 6 months. You're going to have access to the food 4 to 6 months. You're going to have access to a crew bar for 4 to 6 months. And you know, you don't have the urge to go every single night, because you're like, you know what, it's fine, I can go anytime. I don't have to be there at 9 o'clock on the dot every night. And the same with the restaurants. I don't have to order a dessert every time I go to a restaurant. I mean, I do still, but you don't have to. And because that excitement wears off, you don't feel the need to overindulge all the time. Only sometimes. But while we're on this subject, if you are watching this video and you're waiting to go on a cruise ship, or you're thinking about applying for a job on a cruise ship, then make sure you go over to my website, cruisingascrew.com, and check out the career guides that I have created. Because whether you want to apply for a job, or whether you've got a job and you're just waiting to get on board, there is a career guide for you. You know, if you want to apply, we have a CV template, we have a recruitment agency list, how to ace your interview, and if you've already passed those stages and you're waiting to get on board, there's the roommate guide, which is going to give you the tips and the skills you need to have a harmonious relationship with your roommate. There is of course going to be a packing guide, like a packing list, whether you are going on a ship that's going to be in Alaska or the Caribbean, and there are many more. So make sure you go and check out those career guides, because I've created them so that you have all of the information you need. So yeah, check them out and let me know what you think. So going back to talking about weight, something to counteract what I have just said about, you know, the ports, the food in the restaurants, the crew bar. Working on a cruise ship, you will also have access to the gym, whether that be the passenger gym or the crew gym. Free access. You do not have to pay a membership fee. And also, unlike, you know, the gym at home, you don't have to get in the car to go to the gym or maybe take a long walk to the gym. The gym is an elevator ride up or down depending on what gym you are going to go to. So the gym is free, it's really easy to get to the gym. The only thing is, of course, if you are doing 14-hour shifts, maybe if you're a chef or something, it's going to be hard to make working out a priority. You know, you're going to finish your shift and probably be knackered. However, if you are going into a role like the one I have just come out of, which was working in the shops on board cruise ships, you are going to have plenty of time to go to the gym. And it's free and it's easy to get to. So yes, there are plenty of opportunities to gain weight, but you know, there are also plenty of opportunities to maintain your weight or even lose weight. Now, I have to be honest, I am very on and off with the gym. Like, I will be religious about it for a month and then I won't go one day, and it's really hard to then get back into that really good routine. But even when I fall off the wagon with the gym, I still actually find it easier to like maintain and lose weight on a cruise ship than I do at home, and I'm going to explain why. When I am at home, I obviously have access to the kitchen, so I might be in the lounge watching TV and I'll just nip into the kitchen and grab a little snack and I'll eat it while I'm watching TV, and I won't even really register what I'm eating. For those who don't know, the mess is where crew members eat, so it's like the crew buffet, if you like. So the mess is only open certain hours of the day, which means you can only get food around breakfast time, lunchtime and dinner time, unless you are on one of the like really big Royal Caribbean ships. I know that they have like a 24-hour mess because there are just so many crew members on so many different shift patterns. If they closed the mess at certain times, there would be some people who would like miss out on food, which is obviously unacceptable. So the really big ships with a lot of crew members tend to have 24-hour messes. But if you go on a normal size ship, a medium size ship, the mess is only open certain hours of the day, which obviously means you can only get food at certain hours of the day. Now, of course, you know, when I go out in port, I can pop to the supermarket and I can buy myself snacks and bring them back to my cabin, but I really do make a conscious effort like not to do that, because like most people, if it's there, I'll eat it. So I definitely like snack a lot less when I am on board, because I really only tend to eat like 2 or 3 meals a day in the mess, or maybe I'll go to like one of the restaurants, but that's still one of my 3 meals a day. And then people also say to me, well, you know, when you go in the mess or when you go to the buffet or a restaurant, there's so many like naughty options, like the burgers, the desserts and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but there's also like the really healthy options, like there's the salads and the fish and everything like that. And it, like when I'm at home, if I want to eat healthy, like I want to have a salad for lunch, I have to think about it way in advance, because I have to make the salad, I have to chop all the vegetables, I have to think about the dressing. So not only do I have to think about it in advance, but I also have to spend quite a lot of time preparing the salad. So it's so much easier to just have a sandwich, because it's quick, it's easy, and I don't have to think about it. So I do tend to go for like the unhealthy option when I'm at home, just because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to like make a salad. Whereas when you are on board, yes, of course you have like the unhealthy option, but you also have the salad right there. Everything's chopped for you, everything is ready to go, you don't have to think about it. So for that reason, I do find eating healthier on a cruise ship is so much easier than at home, because it's all made for you, it's all prepared for you. So all you really have to do is just like make a commitment to yourself that you're not going to go over to the bad side of the buffet. The other thing is, when working on a cruise ship, you are going to be in constant air conditioning, recycled air, and what happens is this dehydrates you. So you do tend to drink a lot more water than you would do at home, simply because you are thirstier. We all know drinking more water is going to just keep your body healthy, regulate everything, help you lose weight. You know, I'm not going to go through the benefits of drinking water, I'm sure you know them. But the main reason I find it easier to maintain and lose weight when I am on a ship is because I am constantly on the go. I'm constantly on the go. From the moment I get out of bed, I am either walking around the port that we are visiting, or if it's a sea day, I'm walking back and forth to work. Then obviously at work, I'm walking around at work. Like I don't sit down. I do not sit down. Whereas when I am at home, of course, when I am at home, I'm still a lot of the time. I'm sat down a lot of the time. And I cannot remember the name of this type of exercise. So if you know the name, let me know. It's like the exercise that's just what you like naturally do, like walking around. It's not purposeful exercise. I don't know, but if you know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments, because I've been trying to think of the name for ages and I just can't. But I think for me, simply because I am just on the go all the time, the weight just falls off. And then if I do pair that with making healthy choices in the mess, I mean, it's really easy to lose weight for me. So if you are preparing to go on your first cruise ship, do not worry. You know, during the first 2 months of your contract, you might put on, you know, a few pounds maybe, because you are like trying everything, and you should try everything. You should be excited and curious about this new world that you have joined. But like I said, after 2 months, the excitement and the curiosity is going to wear off, because it's going to become your new normal. And hopefully, like me, you find it easy to lose and maintain your weight because you are constantly on the go, because yes, you have unhealthy options, but you also have healthy options. So no, you're not going to get fat working and living on a cruise ship. But like I said, if you are thinking of working on a cruise ship, head to my website and check out the career guides I have created. And if you have any questions, you can ask me either in the comments, or there's a page on my website where you can ask me a question, and you are guaranteed an answer. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you in the next